to have something like that cooled off that soon when we were so dedicated to do it just messed me up badly. I think my mental health just dropped. I was more vexed than anything. I was more like just angry with everything and everyone.
Yeah.
So every situation I would go into, I'd just be annoyed like non-stop.
2 weeks of not training and not being that we were in, and the passion we had, like that all kind of stopped. So then the way I felt kind of just decreased, I think. I know, it definitely did. It definitely
The people that you surround yourself with, if you surround yourself with people that don't want to lift you up, you're going to be the only person lifting yourself up, and you're going to get too heavy. You can't hold yourself for that long. You need someone else to help you up sometimes. And bro, this is what the relationship is between me and you, mate. We help each other as much as we can. And that's the same as like what we do to other people. We wish nothing but the best on other people.
I guess we just kick it off. We're talking about the half marathon.
Let's do it, bruh.
I mean, how are you feeling now? Because obviously we went from hardcore training to now like nothing. Well, I say now, we're coming into training camp again.
Yeah.
But what did it, I suppose let's take it back. What did you feel like when it actually got announced to be called off?
Oh mate, it fucked me up badly. Like we both, obviously, which we'll get into, we both had a little dip, didn't we, like hearing this news. And it's kind of crazy, like to have something like that cooled off that soon when we were so dedicated to do it just messed me up badly. I think my mental health just dropped like massive, not like in a bad way, but I was more vexed than anything. I was more like just angry with everything and everyone.
Yeah.
So every situation I would go into, I'd just be annoyed like non-stop, which wasn't obviously a good way to react, but just react badly sometimes. That's all.
I suppose this shit happens especially when we were so invested in it.
Oh mate,
this was our thing. You know what I mean?
and it got swiped, bro.
Yeah,
it just got swiped
literally out of nowhere.
Nah, to be fair, it only took me probably a few days after that to sort of calm down and just understand what's going on. I understood like, well, right, it makes sense that they can't do this. But then it was a couple of weeks after where I started feeling get down again, because I was like, well, I'm not running, I'm eating shit, I'm drinking fizzy drinks. I've literally like, because that was the point where we went out for our first night out as well on the drinks. And I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this.
I feel that.
Like the nights out are fun. Don't get me wrong. I always vibe out with people on night out, but I just didn't enjoy the drinking. I was like, oh, this is so shit. How did it make you feel? Because we had similar, like a similar situation.
I think to begin with, I was actually chill. I was probably the most chill out of all three of us, me, you, and Imran.
Definitely.
But then I think after a while, I think it just caught up to me, to be honest. Like I noticed it after about 2 weeks of not training and not being in the mindset we were in and the passion we had, like that all kind of stopped. So then the way I felt kind of just decreased, I think. I know, it definitely did. It definitely did. And like when that sort of stuff happens is when the toxicity of shit kicks in again. So the bad eating, the bad habits, etc., they all come hand in hand with not being on it and not being dedicated to something. Like even like you said, drinking alcohol. We were not drinking. We'd gone like
7 months, I think it was.
Yeah, of absolutely nothing, just for this training and all of that. And then obviously we had a couple, we went out on a few nights out, and like you said, they're fun, but like after a while, if you're doing that every week or whatever, it
gets a bit much.
Yeah.
And to be fair to us, we weren't doing it every week, like just because we had that sort of freedom of being able to do it again. I say freedom, we still could have just kept, I think for July, we still could have kept like not drinking, but obviously I had my 21st and obviously like other stuff was going on in the 20, like throughout July. Yeah. So we can give ourselves time off, but still it's like, I just don't even rate drinking as much anymore. I feel so old. I feel like such an old man when I say that. Like everyone's like, oh, for your 21st and when you're young, you should be getting pissed every week. Nah, I don't see that.
It's so
overrated.
Especially because we've been on the other side of it.
That's true.
Like what it's like. We've seen it. Bro, we went to where was it? Revs with Deck, us three.
Oh yeah.
And we weren't drinking. and it was an absolute blast.
Yeah, it was such a sick
time.
That was a sick night. Shout out Dick, bro. That was. If you haven't watched that video as well, definitely go watch it because it gets quite funny. Like,
he drank so much that night.
I
can't even. We were just winning free shots as well, and we're like, we can't have them.
Well, I guess Dick, you're gonna have to take this one. Like, what a shame. But to be fair to us, I mean, I don't know about you. I know I do. Obviously, I know about you. I'm my guy, bro. We're still sort of training, considering we've had these drinks and stuff for July. We're still actually low-key training. We said that we were going to give ourselves a month off, but we didn't. I think we just actually love running too much now to get to the point where we just stopped completely.
I think our training, I suppose you could say we kind of cut it in half.
Yeah.
A bit like that.
Yeah.
Like we weren't doing any really intense runs. We weren't pushing ourselves further than 10K, really.
10K is just easy now.
I mean, that's weird.
It actually is. It's nuts.
So weird.
It's actually nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. Nah, say that. You can't say we weren't pushing ourselves. We definitely were pushing ourselves on the 10K.
I mean, I suppose on a 10K we were, and I just think the level that we were at before.
Dedication. Yeah. The 21Ks and the 15 plus Ks, like they're different gravy.
And we've got like 10 weeks now until the new arranged date.
Yeah, October the 10th, which still is not that far. Like it's not far. Remember when we first said this, we were like, oh, we've got ages, mate. We've got 6 months. We've got like 14 plus weeks or whatever. No, what was it? Wait.
When we first started in like January or whatever, we had like over 20 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. So we had like 20 weeks. We're like, oh, we have plenty of time to train. All of a sudden, it's June, mate. It's now gone. It's now July, end of July already.
It's just mad to think.
It's going fast. This year's going fast, mate.
So, obviously, then now, the current situation we're in, how do you feel about starting training camp from next week? Like, how are you? I mean, obviously, because you're recently tattooed. Are you going to be training from next week? And if not, when do you think you'll start?
I am really, I'm begging that this is healed by then, because even at the moment, I'm not even like clenching my fists or nothing, just because I don't want it to ruin it at all. And I think obviously going on a run will probably flare it up a little bit. So I am genuinely hoping, and I feel like I should be able to start training from the 1st of August. But at this point, I'm sort of playing it by ear. It's healing very well. And thanks to everyone that messaged me saying that it's a lovely tattoo. I appreciate that a lot. If I can't do it on the 1st, I will be doing it the following week 100%. But I'm so ready. I'm so locked in now. Yeah. I'm so ready to do this training, bro, because it's just this feeling of like dedication and how I'm starting to feel the passion for it again. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably feel the same. Like, yeah. I'm starting I'm like a toy, mate. I'm getting wound up, ready to just go, mate. Like,
it's crazy though, isn't it? Because like we've spoken about this multiple times, like me and you and Imran. Like when we get into these zones, we are in the zone.
It's like, dangerous how like, these zones are dangerous.
It is crazy to get into. Like even now, us just talking about this, it's kind of getting.
I know. How do you feel now about obviously entering the training camp once again? You're reopening them doors, mate. Get the fucking shoes off the rack, mate. Yeah. Dust them off. It's time to get ready to go.
Getting back on the streets. I'm excited. I'm really excited because I feel like I'm like yourself. I'm ready now. I'm so ready to start tackling these distances again and pushing myself to new limits. We've done these distances previously before, obviously, our break. So we know we can do it. So like,
it's nuts.
This is going to be insane coming into our mentality going into this new training camp is going to be like, well, we've already run 21K before. So this 15 kilometers is going to be fucking easy.
True. But then I also think we still have to be level-headed with this just because we ran it too, which we were still level-headed. We were still respecting the 21K.
Yeah,
I would just get on our knees afterwards and pray and be like, thank you 21K for blessing us, like because they used to be brutal. They are brutal. Every run that you do can be brutal. It doesn't matter with the distance, like even 5K. But yeah, I think we still need to be like, we need to go in this with a level head. Like, yes, we ran this 21K, but right, let's get back to where we were, because we're not where we were. This is the problem.
Well,
and that's what
I'd say the last time we ran 21K was probably like 2 months ago now.
Yeah, it was 2 months ago.
In reality, it's been a while.
It's been a long time. 6 weeks. Oh, what? Yo. Yeah, but can we just pay respects? 27th of June was a month ago today.
Jesus Christ. How crazy. Time literally fucking flies by.
Bro, we would have done the marathon.
We had so much planned as well.
Yeah, I know.
I can't even stress it enough.
You know, honestly, like, but to be fair to them, that's another thing we've got to talk about too, is the documentary is still going ahead. If anything, it gives us more time now. So that's quite blessed, actually. So stay tuned for that too. We're definitely still doing that, because that's going to be big. I'm actually looking forward to people actually seeing this and actually being a see this end project. But now that's going to be like a year's project sort of thing. No, it's going to be like an 8-month project.
Yeah, it's going to be a long, yeah.
Wow.
This is crazy.
Wow, bro. What the hell? No, I'm gassed already. I'll go for a run right now. But yeah, I think we're both ready now. We both had our little dip at the same time, and I think we should definitely speak about that.
Yeah. Let's
I would say it was mainly to do with the marathon why we both dipped, because the amount of passion that we had that we put into this. It's our little baby. We cared for it and we put passion into it and we loved it, and all of a sudden it got taken away from us, which was annoying. It was very frustrating, but obviously it's understandable. I don't know about you, but I just got really just down. I genuinely just got down, and I think then everything spiraled. I started thinking about loads of stuff and loads of shit was happening, and I was like, what? I don't like this where I am. And what was more annoying is I could tell that I wasn't okay. And I just couldn't understand what was going on.
We were feeling so down. Like, it was weird, because we both met up and we were like just feeling shit the last couple of days, and we were like, no way, so am I.
Yeah. And it wasn't Cap either. Like I think it was you that randomly said like, oh, I just haven't been feeling great these last few days. And I was like, what? Same. Like, I've actually been feeling like shit.
Yeah.
Like,
it's mad how that kind of works sometimes. But we were training 3 days a week. Like, we were putting ourselves through the ringer.
It was rough.
Yeah.
It's not even physically too. Like, honestly, I'd say the physical part was probably the easiest about it. The mental side of it was actually crazy.
Yeah. That's actually a point to touch on, I think.
Yeah.
The mental side. Like, how big of a mindset switch do you think the running has given you since?
I knew as soon as you started saying this question, I know like exactly what's happening. Dan, our mindsets are crazy now, bro.
I know.
Bro, we have visual representation of everything that we do now.
Yeah.
Bro, if we looked at our fucking stuff that we did at the start of the end of last year, mate.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at us, bro. I'm telling you, it's different.
It's different gravy. It really is.
I'm very proud of both of us. Oh, we didn't even mention that Imran's not here. We'll do that in a minute. I'm very proud of all of us that have changed this mindset, especially us two. We've properly come out of our shell and built this beautiful mindset that we have now.
Yeah.
I'll definitely say it's because of the running. I promise you. I think the running sort of had a positive spiral effect on us. It's sort of like we were building a little mindset from the running, and then all of a sudden everything else was getting attracted to it. And then all of a sudden this mindset is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and better and better and better. And this is not like it's not ego thing. This is a very humble thing. We've built this from scratch, and yeah, running. Like I just said, like, running is a very mental game. I'd say it's more mental than physical, 100%.
100%.
Because anyone can walk out their door and just go on a jog and don't think anything about it. But when you're locked in and when you're zoned in and all you can hear is your music and all you can hear is your thoughts, you're on your own. This is all you.
Yeah.
You could either stop the run there or you stick to what you're doing and you ride it out. And that's your choice, no one else. Me and Dan, we've been running side by side fucking non-stop. Well, I've never once just gone like, Dan, bye, I'm stopping here. And you've never gone once like, I'm not doing this anymore. Because our mindset is so strong because of this shit.
It's crazy. It's developed our minds and ourselves. It's literally, it's character building in a way, isn't it? It's like,
fully.
Like, we never thought we would be able to. Oh, bro.
Yeah, don't, because that was gas. Oh my God.
that was just a wave of energy.
I just got the maddest wave of energy there. It went from 0 to 100 like, real quick.
Oh, he's mad. Just to think, we weren't even going to run 21 kilometers in our training camp at all previously. We wouldn't even try it. We were like, nah, we'll just wait till the day. The furthest will be 17 or 16 or whatever. Like a month before, we were like, right, 20k, let's go. And I think, it's fucked.
I think the main reason why we did, because we ended up running it twice, didn't we? Or did you do it 3 times?
I ran it 3. Yeah.
So you ran 3 21k. You've ran 3 half marathons. I've ran 2 half marathons, and I'd say you inspired me to do it. Because you randomly did it. Yeah, you randomly did it at 11 o'clock at night this one night. And I saw it. Because the thing is, we had a training program and we're like, okay, this week is 18k, next week will be 20k or whatever. And then all of a sudden you just went from 16k to fucking 21. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, that's so sick. Obviously, I messaged you congratulating you. I was like, I'm so proud of you. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, bro, Dan just did 21k and he said it was piss easy.
Yeah.
Let me fucking try this shit. I'm doing this right now. And then we did it. We did 21k together. No, and that was the same run where we were like, oh, it's only 20k. Like I said to myself, I'm only going to do 20k.
Yes.
And you're like, no, we're going to do 21k.
It was mid-run.
Yeah. You're like, oh, should we just do 21?
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I might see how it is because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Then we did 21k. Like,
oh my God.
That was late night too.
No, it wasn't.
I think so. Oh, no, it wasn't. No, not that one. No, it wasn't. No.
But it really goes to show that if you just literally, no matter what you're doing, no matter if it's a run, no matter if it's like in
going to the gym,
no matter what it is, if you just put your mind to it and go, right, nothing is getting in the way, I'm going to focus entirely on this, you'll see everything comes to you and you'll see it work in your favor. You just need to dedicate yourself to something. And I feel, I always say it because I love this phrase so much, but like, be comfortable in the uncomfortable.
It's facts. Just facts.
And it's such a weird phrase because it's kind of contradictory in a way. Like you're never going to be comfortable if you're uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't go hand in hand like that. But the premise is basically to try things out of your comfort zone because then you'll grow the most from it and you'll learn more skills, you'll develop your character. Let's go a bit deep for a second. Like,
let's do it. I'm done.
Like growing up, I've always been the type of person who's like felt a bit lost in like society or whatever.
Right.
Like coming out of school, going into college, kind of followed a sort of plan with that. And then I remember having loads of chats with loads of different people at the time, like, what am I going to do? I don't have a clue what I'm going to do with my life. Didn't really know where I fit in, to be honest. I didn't really have a place anywhere. Do I go to university? Do I not go to university? Do I do an apprenticeship? Do I not do an apprenticeship? Do I become a labourer? I literally had so many things going through my head at the time that I just felt like lost. That's the only way I can describe it. And I think a lot of 17, 18, 19-year-olds probably feel the same, to be honest with you. Like you're told from school you've got to do this, you've got to do maths, English, science, study this, then you move up to college, etc., etc. And then the natural progression for a lot of people is to go off to university. It's so weird to say that running and doing uncomfortable things like that has helped in career-based situations.
Yeah, strange, isn't it?
It's weird how it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
But like, I genuinely believe challenging myself to that extent has put my mind in a different mindset. I'm like, right, no matter what I'm doing, no matter whether I'm doing an apprenticeship at uni, in a pub, I don't know, labour or whatever, no matter what it is I'm doing, I'm developing myself. And like, I'm going to be the only person who's going to be with me until I die.
Yeah, that's facts.
So if I can improve myself, then just like how running has helped us attract other things and things have come to us, people and situations and stuff like that are going to attract themselves towards me.
Mm.
And I feel like that kind of happened with this new apprenticeship I'm doing, which is mental, right? It's probably one of the best places I've ever worked at. Side note.
Yeah, no one knows about this.
No one knows about it. I've hardly spoken about it. But I was at an apprenticeship before, and 2 days in, one of the bosses there basically just turns around and starts like shouting at me. And I was just like, bro, I'm an apprentice. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, how can you start shouting at someone who's been there for 1 day previously, who's nervous, who doesn't know what he's doing and doesn't know the people around him? So I literally just said to him, like, look, I don't think I'm the right fit for this role. And literally left on the day, which is mental. It's absolutely mental.
I think it was good. I was there when you did it. I think it was good.
Absolutely. Like,
I just don't understand people like that. There's no need. Like, there's literally no. If you're a boss out there or a CEO or whatever you are, bro, don't treat apprentices like how people do. Because like you're gonna waste your time and get all pissed off for no reason, and then you just wasted that other person's time as well.
Yeah.
Like, actually, if you obviously you're about to get into how your company works now, which they do it so well. They look after their people. Look after your people. Like, that's what you need to do. If you look after people, they're gonna want to work for you. If you're just constantly just giving them grief and just hassle and for literally no reason, and like you said, you were literally second day in, like you're not gonna know anything. You're gonna barely know this guy's name. Like, bro, don't be like that. There's no need to. And well done for leaving it, because honestly, it was not worth it.
I think that's something I'm really good at, is making split decisions for myself. Like, I don't really, if I feel like something's not right, I'm just going to do it. Like, no matter what the consequences are, like, I'm just going to do it because it feels right. And I think a lot of people probably just are too comfortable and go like, what happens if I leave this? Like, they get scared about the future.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, I'm just going to stay here because this is safe and this is comfortable. Like, fuck that, mate. Like,
facts.
Do you know what I mean? Just
facts.
Do you know what I mean?
Because the problem is, like, and that's another thing that you had too, was the no regret stuff. Like, that's what I really like respect too, is be uncomfortable in the uncomfortable, because then it becomes comfortable when you do it.
Yeah.
Once you do it multiple times, it's something like that is going to become comfortable.
Yeah.
And then
if you push yourself to new limits.
Push yourself to new limits, because life is too short for you to stay comfortable forever. If you stay comfortable forever, you fucked your life 100%. And I'm not, it's not a shot or nothing, but you haven't experienced life. You haven't experienced your full potential. You just stayed in your lane, which
a good analogy I like that I heard the other day was that your comfort zone gets bigger once you try new things.
Yeah.
Like, if you stay in your comfort zone from day one, your comfort zone is tiny. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to want to go to the shops.
No.
Because you're going to be scared about whatever. Like, you're not going to do it. Whereas if going to the shops is something difficult for you, something like that, go 1 day, then go 2 days later. And then the more you go, that comfort zone expands. And then going to the shops is no longer something that you get scared about. You've done it so many times.
Yeah. That's facts.
Yeah.
That's literally facts. Just and then obviously going back to what I was saying is, if you don't push yourself to these limits and you don't become comfortable in the uncomfortable, you're gonna have so much regret. And it's actually facts. Like, you're gonna just regret so much. And life's not about regretting, it's about living and enjoying it and experiencing new things. Don't regret. Because like later on down the line, you're gonna be too old or too like incapable or incapable. Is it incapable? Incapable of doing stuff to the point where you cannot go to the shops or you cannot do these little things that you wish you conquered earlier on in life. Especially for us, we're so young, mate. For us doing this now and we're basically pushing a little paddle boat in the ocean and just seeing what happens, mate. We're just trying to survive, and we're trying to be comfortable. That's such a shit analogy. Fuck. I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know what that even means.
I know what you meant.
I'm just trying to be like you, Dan. I just don't know these analogies.
Speaking of like no regrets, then over to you.
Hey.
Your whole music thing at the moment. You've released, what is it, 3 songs now?
3 songs now.
3 songs.
3 songs.
Talk us through your music experience so far this year and how your goals and everything are going.
Okay. Nice segue, bro. I like that. Okay. I'm enjoying it so far. I actually am. Like, I've actually been able to connect with loads of people, which I never thought I'd connect with. Had mad conversations with a few people. Obviously, like I've even had like people, even on my recent song, like the first day it came out, I had a message from someone saying, this is really good. Like, I actually really like this. Yeah, I've actually enjoyed the music experience so far. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to put my stuff out there and for people to enjoy it and to give me feedback and criticism. And I take all of it on. I will take it all on board, and I try to use it. I use it as like a tool for my next sort of project that I'm doing. And I've had, like I said, crazy support as well, and it means so much. Like for something like that, it's my dream. It is genuinely my dream. Like, and for people to actually help me, it benefits me so much. And I feel blessed. I do feel blessed. Like when I see all these people posting it on their stories and saying like all this nice stuff, like it's nice. And even obviously like you lot, even like my close friends and family are like supporting me like crazy. And it's such a beautiful thing. I don't know. Yeah, I just feel so blessed.
Yeah. Is it harder than you imagined, or is it easier than you imagined?
No, it's a lot harder than I thought. Really? I say than I thought. I expected it to be this difficult. I knew it wasn't going to be easy making that. To be fair, some aspects has been very easy. Like I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult. Like the studio sessions, I thought it was going to be so much more difficult, but it wasn't. It was a piece of piss because of obviously Fred. Like, thanks, Fred. But like, no, it is a difficult game. It's a very difficult game. Everyone's playing this game, and it's so hard to be the best player of it. Like, and that's why it gives me so much more respect for all these artists that are doing so well, because I can actually see why they're there now. As before, obviously being a fan of everyone, like let's think of who. Polo G, fuck it. I always talk about him. Polo G, I can fully understand why he's the top now. It's not as easy as what people think it is. It's so difficult. It's not just going into the studio and just slapping verses down. You have to live these experiences to be in order to put this music out and your story out. Yeah, it is difficult. The one thing I would say I struggle badly with is the lyrics. Like, it's so hard to find inspiration for lyrics like very quickly. I feel like you've either got it or you haven't got it, and it's not going to determine whether you make it or not. I'm still going to make it. I know I will. I know I will, and this is the difference. I will, not might. I will. It's facts. It's not ego. It's nothing. I just know I will. I've got it in my heart. Yeah, it's not easy to come up with these lyrics and all these verses, but obviously over time it will get a lot easier because one, I've experienced more, and two, like by then I would have learned a lot more too. At this sort of stage in the music industry, I'm learning a lot, like very, very quickly. It's a very on the job sort of learning, which is good, but I'm loving it though. This is the thing. This is the process. Like no one was sick as soon as they started.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of what I've done so far. I'm so proud of what I've done so far. I'm proud of the tunes that I've produced. I'm proud of the music videos that I brought. I've got music videos under my name now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's nuts, mate. That is nuts. Even when I searched up to whack it on my story, like on my Instagram, I typed in Fatal. Council Estate and I came up. That's me. Like, I searched me up on Spotify. I don't know. It just hits so different. Like, it's crazy. I love it. And I'm loving the process.
It's a whole different journey for you. It's a whole journey for you, I think, because I'm not gonna lie, when you first mentioned, dropping your jobs at the time, your PT and your Argos type thing at the time, and you said to us you want to do music, I didn't really know how to react at first. Like, I'm the type of person who I love split decisions. Like if you feel like you want to just drop everything and go for something, I'm all for it. Like because that's my bread and butter, because I love myself. So I wasn't almost apprehensive of it. I was more of like questioning it. I was like, is he gonna actually put the time and effort into this? And at first, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't actually think he would. I didn't very. I'll be genuinely honest with you. I thought,
mate.
after your first song, I thought you're probably not going to do another one for the rest of the year. Maybe towards the end of the second year, you might do a second one or something like that. But I didn't think 6-7 months down the line you'd have 3 out already. Working on a 4. In chats with people like Fred and Harvey and all people like that who are helping you grow and see you flourish in that aspect. And one thing I've noticed about the changes you've made is all in your mindset is completely down to not saying, I don't know anymore. The first thing you used to say, I'm talking back in January time of this year, you used to say, oh, I don't know about that anymore. Oh, I don't know, maybe, nah, I don't know. But now it's like, okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Like, let's do it.
Say less. Let's do it.
Say less. Like I think it's your attitude to these sort of things has changed completely. That if you keep going the way you're going, in a few years, I do think things are going to start to work out for you. Like, that's friend to friend. I genuinely believe it will. You just need to stick with that mindset. Keep that attitude of going, say less. Let's do it.
Say less. Let's do it. Say less, do more. That's how I'm living, literally, bro. That might be my next tattoo, mate. Say less, do more.
Say less, do more. I like it.
No, it won't be. But I appreciate everything that you said there. Like, that's what I mean. Like, even like nice things like that boosts not like my ego. It just boosts my mindset. If anything, it makes it stronger. It makes it hold it together a bit more. It's like glue.
Yeah.
And to be fair to you, I wouldn't have had the mindset if it wasn't from people like yourself and my family and other people. I wouldn't have this mindset. And it's the same as you, bro. Like, the growth that you've had, even from, if you're pinging it to me, I'm pinging it back to you, bro. In January, you had a rough month, a hell of a rough month.
Yeah.
Like, you had that was the worst, I reckon, the worst month for a very, very long time.
Yeah. Sure.
And then you literally, the thing is, what was nuts is like you bounced from January and then went straight to February, bro. And you took this massive mindset step and you started posting 7 days a week. You started posting, you started just grafting, even for this channel, for your channel, yourself, like the running. I swear you started your first ever, like, you started your 5K in February and you got like, what was it? Was it under 30 minutes or something? When you back then, before, you were doing 30 plus minutes on a 5K. Like, it's crazy to see. And I think that's probably what's inspired it too. People like yourself, Dan, you have changed your, like, your look on life. And I've gone, I want to be the exact same. I want to change my look on life. I want to have a different attitude to everything. And that's what we've done.
Yeah.
And it is the people that you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with people that don't want to lift you up, you're going to be the only person to lift yourself up, and you're going to get too heavy. You can't hold yourself for that long. You need someone else to help you up sometimes. And bro, this is what the relationship is between me and you, mate. We help each other as much as we can. And that's the same as like what we do to other people. We wish nothing but the best on other people. And I think because of this energy that we have now, we've spoken about this, a lot of things have been attracted since then. A hell of a lot. People, a hell of a lot of people, a hell of a lot of situations, a hell of a lot of opportunities that have come our way. So what the message that we are trying to say to this is, because sometimes I swear to you, I forget that we're recording when we're just having these chats. I swear to you, I love it. Yeah, like, what we're trying to tell you from this is change your energy, but for the better. Don't change yourself as a person, change your mindset, change your outlook on life, change your energy, and a lot of things will get attracted to it. And it sounds like waffle. But I promise you, I was the exact same. I was the exact same with this stuff. I was like, oh, nah, bro, nothing gets attracted to me. I'm me, everyone else is them. Like, no, it's facts. It's facts. If you change yourself and benefit yourself first, put yourself first, be selfish, a lot of things get attracted to it.
Yeah, that's one of the, it's another quote that I really like, actually, going off that. Be selfish to be selfless. So help yourself. And once you're the best version you can be, or right up there with being a really positive, I say positive lightly because you're not going to be positive 24/7.
No, you don't need to be.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to be.
It's more of, I don't even know what it is, like just being, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Because when people say just be positive, or we're not saying be positive every day, 24/7, because you'll do yourself in. Just be normal, but have more of a maybe like a positive aspect on life or look on life, or
be grateful.
Yeah, grateful. I'm going to use the backpack thing that I always say is everyone is carrying a backpack. You've got your good stuff in there and you've got shit. If you start piling the shit up, it's going to get heavier and heavier and heavier in this backpack to the point where it's not going to be able to be carried. Get rid of the shit. Get rid of the bad energy. Get rid of all these people that are weighing you down. Get rid of the situations that are pulling you back. And I'm telling you, the bag gets a lot lighter so you can step forward.
You're going off that analogy. You're having that backpack on, right? But you've got the good, you've got the bad. But the bad stuff weighs so much more than the good. So if you have a lot of bad stuff in your backpack,
it's heavy.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
And like you said, if you just get rid of some of those bad habits you've got, or some toxic people that are around you, or toxic situations, get rid of that out of your backpack.
Yeah, you don't need it.
You don't need it.
It's waste of luggage. Lighter. Yeah, it gets way lighter, and it's just waste. It's just waste you don't need in your bag.
Exactly.
It's like carrying rubbish with you non-stop. What's the point? Put it in the bin of recycling. Talking is I think the best thing to get rid of, the shit that we like to call it. Talking, get rid, dropping stuff. It's so easy. It is so easy. Like, it is genuinely so easy.
Easy. I suppose you've just got to bring it down to the basics. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Stick to what makes you happy. One thing, Paulius, I love Paulius, mate. He's a fucking legend, bro.
Legend, mate.
He's a fucking legend. One thing he said to me was literally, keep it simple, keep it basic. Don't overcomplicate things, because our mind gets so lost in the day-to-day activities, in our jobs, in our workload, in day-to-day stresses, family issues, relationships. The list goes on. Just keep it simple. Get outside, get some fresh air. Get the sunlight down you, drink loads of water, like
get your steps in, it's so simple.
Keep it simple. You'll just find that your mood is a lot higher and it gets lifted a lot more. And one thing I always notice is when I'm in a depressive sort of state, it's when I'm in my room 24/7, not leaving the house, not getting outside, walking about, not seeing my friends. It's those sort of things that if you just integrate back into your life, the world's your oyster.
Let's go back to what you were saying about your new apprenticeship.
Yes.
We didn't really get to touch over that. So what are you doing nowadays? Do you want to go over what we were going to talk about?
Sure. So going back a couple steps then, I just left the first apprenticeship after 2 days of working there. Brilliant. And one of my good friends, Lauren, who used to work at the pub with, she has been raving about this company that she's been working for called Seed, and they're kind of like a marketing agency in a way. So they help companies with Google ads, social ads, etc., etc. So the Facebook ad about Dan's Burger that you see or whatever, just opening down the street, that's kind of what Seed do in that aspect.
Right.
And if you're typing on Google, Dan's Burger, the first advert that comes up at the top, that's what they do. So they help to get companies to the top of the ad set search and publish them on Facebook, Instagram, etc. Being in this type of company has given me so many more skills, and I've only been there a week and a half now.
Your attitude is work, because you're also working 7 days a week.
Nice. Yeah. So I'm doing the Monday to Friday at the apprenticeship, and then Saturday, Sunday working at a pub. And a lot of the time people will always go like, are you not just gonna get burnt out? Like, That's always the question. Yeah, that's always the question about burnout. And I think if you love what you're doing, this sort of thing doesn't feel like a job, if you know what I mean. And the Monday to Friday aspect is, I love it. I actually like, I've only been there a week and a half, so I can only
yeah. We'll come back to in a year's time.
Yeah. But it's to do with social media. It's to do with, you know, things I love. I love the platforms of social media. I love the analytics side of it all. So, you know, learning that industry in more depth, I love. And
yeah.
I've been working in a pub for the last 4 or 5 years or whatever. So I know what that kind of job entails and what I have to do in that aspect. So yes, it's hard work, but it's very familiar to me. So that comes second nature. And as long as I keep the basics, like Paulius said, keep the basics, make sure I'm doing my exercise, make sure I'm seeing friends and family and not isolating myself, then
you'll be cushy, mate.
Loving life, mate.
And you're cushy. Do you reckon you're gonna stick to the 7 days?
Until I feel like I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Then yes.
I guess you have that freedom, don't you, really? And especially having the freedom in this company, that's massive.
Yeah.
There is not many companies out there that do it like that. There is a few, but there's not many. Like,
yeah. Well,
and it's nice that you have like a schedule throughout the week too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think my main goal anyway is not to be at this company in 5, 6 years or whatever. Like,
yeah,
my main goal is to have my own company of some sort. Now, I have no specific interest in what it's going to be yet, and that's absolutely fine. Like, I've become okay with not knowing things at the moment.
Yeah, you're aware of it.
Exactly. So I know I want something. However, I need to be tactical. I need to learn the skills in order to be a leader. I need to learn the skills in order to be a manager. I need to learn the skills in order to be successful owning my own company. So spending time with people who've done that, i.e. The company seed, and spending time with the founders who've created it themselves is going to give me that leverage when I eventually do want to create my own thing. Because one thing about me is I love being the creator of something for myself. Like, I love having to show something I've done or a project I've been working on. Yeah, that's basically it. At the moment, I'm just in work mode, because while I'm young and while I've got all the energy,
I love it. I fucking love it. I actually love it. I do. Like, I was one of those people that said, like, yeah, you're going to get burnt out just because it happened before.
Yeah.
And it's normal to get burnt out. Like, every human gets burnt out. You can work 1 day a week, but still be stressing 6 days a week. Do you know what I mean? You're still going to get burnt out. But yeah, I see a difference this time, though. I fully see a difference this time, because it's a little spark that you needed. It's a little, like, especially like you said, this marketing job. This is you. This is you. This is your bread and butter sandwich, mate. Like, this is you. Like, and obviously, like you said, pub is second nature. Like, the pub's chilled. Like, I respect it a lot. I would not work 7 days a week, or actually no, I would work 7 days a week if I found something I loved doing. If it was something to do with music, I'd stay in the studio 7 days a week if it came to it. But unfortunately, I'm not in that position yet.
I suppose the thing is, like, it's not for everyone to work 7 days a week.
No, which is fair, man.
My advice would not be to work 7 days a week, because it's probably it's like borderline unhealthy.
Yeah.
Like, you need your days off. You need the time to rest and recover and stuff like that. I'm doing 7 days a week because I found something I really enjoy that doesn't feel like work. So I can afford to do 2 extra days of earning a bit of pocket money to save up for the rest of the year, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel like work to me, because I love it. I have a passion in it. And yeah, maybe my opinion will change by the end of the year. Who knows?
It doesn't matter either or.
Exactly.
Like, this is the process which I was talking about. How I see it is, you are investing into your future. Money, no money, you're still investing into your future. That's what we're doing every day. We're investing on our future.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's facts.
I think that's a perfect way to round it up. Obviously, Imran hasn't been here today.
Unfortunately.
He's sunbathing in Portugal.
He is sunbathing in Portugal, loving life. We love you, Imran. We love you, bro.
Absolutely. So yeah, hopefully Imran will be back for next week. If he's not,
it'll be us two again. It'll be us two again.
Absolutely. If you've enjoyed, please hit the like button and do subscribe, because we're on 219 right now.
The support has been unreal. So thank you once again. Look after yourself, invest in your future, and get rid of the toxic shit you don't need.
Amen.
God bless, people. See you in a bit. Sound.
Oh yeah, that was sick.
Wait, mate, the thing is like, it doesn't even matter if this does well, because that was such a nice chat.
That was such a nice...
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
That was such a nice chat.